What's up? Today I'm gonna be sharing with y'all the best products slash tools for dreadlocks. Why did I say tools like that? Tools, alright, whatever. But anyways, now as y'all know or might not know, there are many different ways to start out dreadlocks, which I already did a video on, like all, not really all, but the main ways on how to get dreadlocks. And from that video you could determine what's the best way, what's the way that you want to get dreadlocks. But actually a lot of the methods that you use to get dreadlocks, they actually help with maintaining your dreadlocks as well. And y'all will see what I'm talking about in a second. In my opinion, one of the greatest tools for dreadlocks is the sponge. Now I know this sponge is kind of beat up. I have like 3 sponges, and I'm not going to put the towel on here because I don't really rock with the towel that much, just because it seemed like it took way longer than the sponge, and the sponge just seems so much easier to do and it forms the twist way faster. But even when you have your dreads started out with the sponge, you can keep on maintaining them with the sponge, because that's what I did. I got them with the sponge one day, but then I kept on sponging and sponging and sponging. Really, it's a process anyways, but you can't only look at this as a way to get dreadlocks, but also a maintenance method for your dreadlocks, and that's why I'm calling it a tool for your dreadlocks. Now the next thing is a product, and I know some people are iffy about products, like I don't want to put anything in my hair, but honestly this is one of the best products in my opinion. I know I just said that about the sponge, but that's a tool. Not, I mean, honestly I'm going to say that, I mean, these are in my opinion the best products, so of course for every single thing I'm probably going to say it's one of the best, because that's the point of this video. I'm trying to show you all the best products and tools for dreadlocks. But another one is Jamaican Mango and Lime Locking Gel, which it's really, I mean, this one is like almost all, yeah, it's pretty much all the way gone, but that's actually not the reason I don't retwist my hair. But it's funny because like if I wanted to retwist my hair, I basically I can't, you know. I mean, I could use water, but the thing about Jamaican Mango and Lime Locking Gel is, I mean, it does have a lot of ingredients, if I can even find the ingredients. Yeah, so it does have a lot of ingredients, stuff I can't even pronounce, which probably most likely means it's not the healthiest thing, right? Chemicals and stuff, but it's not the end of the world. It's not like your hair is going to fall out because you put locking gel in your hair. It's not like your hair is going to be damaged because you put locking gel in your hair. The reason I like this the best is because first off, I love the way it smells. I don't know why, but it just like smells like really good to me. Not only that, but I haven't tried other ones. I know there's something like Tropical Roots or something like that, but the thing about Jamaican Mango and Lime is it's very popular, so a lot of people like it. But the thing with Jamaican Mango and Lime Locking Gel is it makes sure that your hair stays in its form. So instead of doing a water retwist, which I actually recommend doing water retwists more, so you're not always putting locking gel in your hair, but if you want to like make that really clean retwist, then you can put a little bit of locking gel on your roots and just, you know, twist it up. Which of course you can use this as a way to start your dreadlocks, of course. But not only that, like I said, just like the same thing with the sponge, it doesn't just stop there. You can actually maintain your hair with this, and it makes sure that your hair is nice and cylindrical, that it's all nice and neat, that all your dreads are maintained, and it just has a better hold on your hair than water does. When the gel dries up in your hair, it's not like visible, like it doesn't look like buildup or anything if you use it correctly and don't put too much in. It washes right out once you like get in the shower and when you retwist. But yeah, it washes right out, so it doesn't like stay in your hair, and it's way better than waxes. I don't even recommend using waxes unless you know how to use it and unless you're using the right type, because that can cause a lot of buildup. But really, this is really all you need for, you know, like twisting your hair. If you're using the twisting with gel method, or even if you're using any method like sponge rub, whatever, you can use this to retwist your hair if you want to get a retwist, and it helps everything stay in place. And they also have different formulas, like there's one that's a cooling formula. I used it a really long time ago before I even like officially got dreads. When you put it on your hair, it's like cool, it cools your hair. It made your scalp feel really minty and just like brisk, and yeah, and it's like an anti-itch formula thing. And there's also a resistant formula, which is for hard to lock hair. Now that doesn't mean it's going to work on straight hair, but you know, which resistant formula works best on the lower 3s, so like 3A, 3B, and 3C, which 3C you probably can use the regular formula, but just because it says resistant formula doesn't mean it works on straight hair. But there are different types of formulas depending on what you want. But anyways, that's it for that product. Now the next tool is by far probably the best. It is the best. I know I said that for everything, but this right here is the best method, so listen up. This is the best tool for dreadlocks. I know I'm saying that very dogmatically, but I mean, I don't know what else can really compete with this tool. It's the crochet needle. Now if y'all don't know how this works, you're probably wondering, what does this needle, little needle, do to my hair? How is this the best dreadlock method or dreadlock tool? If you don't know what this does, this instantly locks your hair. So you can have a straight up afro and turn it into dreads in one day, fully mature, locked up dreads, looking like you had them for years if you just use this tool. If you don't know how it goes, I'm not going to do it right to my hair right now, but just you go in and out, in and out, in and out, and it basically tangles up the hair. And it's a pretty fast method, and the more coarse your hair is, the faster it's going to go, the faster it's going to lock up. And on average, for probably about my length of hair, which is about 7 or 8 inches, it'll probably take about 3 minutes only. But of course, you do want to touch it up more and more and more just to get it the way exactly you will like it, which will probably take 5 to 7 minutes maybe. But it's a really quick process, especially the more coarse your hair is, the easier it is it's going to lock up. But that tool doesn't only do this, but it can also blunt off your tips, so it can lock up your tips if they're curly. If you have like loose tips or frizzy tips or frizz on your hair in general, you can use this tool also to pull in the frizz and also to blunt off the tips to make the tips blunted. And all you do is like pull up the hair, you fold the hair up and pull it in. And there's many tutorials on YouTube about that. But it doesn't only do that, it locks up new growth. Now it's pretty much a given because it locks up your hair in general, but a lot of people don't use this to lock up their roots. And I just made a video on how to lock up your roots with a crochet needle, because a lot of people rely on twisting with gel and all that stuff. But if you have a lot of new growth, all that's just going to puff right back up because you have so much new growth and it can't catch up, because it takes about an average of 4 to 5 months for your hair to lock up. So that new growth isn't going to lock up to like 4 to 5 months, and you're still washing it and it's going to puff up and all that stuff. Basically, once you wash your hair, it's never going to look like you had a retwist if you have a lot of new growth. So if you have a lot of new growth, then you could pull in and lock up that new growth with this tool. And then once you get to the root, you just twist it with gel or something and it'll be pretty good and it'll be pretty tight. But not only that, this pulls in loose hairs. So if you have hairs that somehow came out of the dreadlock, I don't even know how that happens, to be honest, you could get that hair. So if you have like loose hair, and like you're seeing in this clip right now, boom, I'm just pulling in that frizzy hair that was outside of the dreadlock and I'm pulling it inside of the dreadlock. And it can't only do that, but it can also fix dreadlock scars, which I just did a video on that, which I don't know if people call them dreadlock scars. I heard somebody call them dreadlock scars, like abnormal spots to your dreads that are like poking out or something, and it's like a ball and bumpy on your dread. You just pull that in and it comes right in. And this tool is so versatile, it can do so many things, so that is why you want a crochet needle. And that is why I confidently say that this is the best dreadlock tool by far. But another dreadlock product that you can use is sea salt spray. I mean, I don't have it with me because I haven't made sea salt spray in a while, but basically just pour some sea salt in a bottle, a spray bottle. You pour some water in it. I would say like 2 tablespoons of salt mixed with a cup of water, and you should be good. Just shake up that bottle and then you just spray it all over your hair. Now what does that do? It dries up your hair so it can lock up. Now, by no means am I saying that this is healthy. This honestly is not healthy. Strips your hair of its moisture. That's what the salt does. You know how if you just like chug salt, which I hope you don't do that, you will be very thirsty afterwards. You'll be like, I need some water, man. That's what the sea salt spray does. It dries out your hair. And what that allows your hair to do is to lock up fast, like really fast. Naturally though, because some people don't like using the crochet needle. They like it to have a natural locking process, which I'm the same way. So that way helps speed up the process. Do that about 3 days out of the week or more if you want to. But once your hair starts locking up, then you don't have to use it anymore. And trust me, don't use it afterwards, because salt will get in your hair. It will dry up in your hair, which it will come out if you wash it. That's the great thing about salt, is it dilutes and it liquefies and dissolves. So that means it just washes out of your hair. But like I said, after your hair is locked, you don't want to use it anymore because it does dry up your hair. And after your hair is locked, you want to make sure that you moisturize your hair somewhat. You don't have to, but if your hair feels dry and like your tips are breaking off or something, then make sure you oil it just a little bit, because you don't need that much oil. Now, before I get into the last one, I'll just throw out some honorable mentions. The interlocking tool, it's way better than a lapse hook. Really, the only reason I know about this tool is because of Gunther the Great, which is actually featured on his website. And the reason I'm pointing out to that is because that's the only place I know where to find it. Like, I didn't know this thing even existed until he had it on his website. And it's way more easier to use, and basically it interlocks your hair so it gets your hair really tight to the root. So if you want one, make sure you check his site out. I don't know, maybe he'll sponsor me one day or something, I don't know. Rubber bands are an honorable mention, but those aren't really the best tools to use, just because it can get stuck in your hair if you leave it in too long, which if you don't know what rubber bands are used for, it could be used to combine your hair, combine your roots, or just whatever. It can also help you get wicks and stuff like that. But here is also one of the best, right? Because that's what this video is about. The best dreadlock tools and products is water. Yeah, I said it. Water is very, very, very good for your hair. Not only putting it on your hair, but drinking it. This is one of the best things you can do for your body. If I'm being real with you, I didn't even plan on going this direction with this video, but it just happened. But yeah, water is very good for your body and very good for your hair. I'm talking about drinking it. It just makes everything function properly in your body. But now that I got that out of the way, I'm going to talk about actual putting water on your hair. What that does is first off, it makes your hair hang lower. And plus when it dries out your hair, especially if you're using shampoo with it, which also helps your hair lock up. But it's a good type of dry, because after a while, if you don't know, your hair has natural oils and they start coming back out and nourishing your hair. And that's the whole cycle. It's supposed to be dry, you know, nourished, and then, you know, dry again. Like you have to wash that stuff out, because you can't have an overabundance of oil building up in your scalp. But that's why it's good to wash your hair. That's why water is good for your hair. And plus it just helps any soluble thing to get washed out of your hair. So if you have dirt in your hair or anything in your hair, then it could just wash it out. Like I said, if you have salt dissolves in water. So guess what? The salt won't stay in your hair. It will dissolve into the water when you're washing your hair, and it will come out of your hair. That's why I didn't feature waxes in this video, because waxes, honestly, in my opinion, they are not the best thing for dreadlocks. Just because wax is not soluble with water, it is water resistant. So if you try to wash that out of hair, the water's just gonna boop, bounce off the wax. And it takes so much more. It takes heat and very hot water to get that wax out, and it just takes so much more effort. But not only that, but water makes your hair curly. At least water and shampoo, it curls up your hair even more, which means your hair can lock up even more, because the more curls you have in your hair, the easier it is for your hair to lock up. Because as you probably know, the more coarse your hair is, the easier it is for it to tangle up. Say you only had 2 curls, it doesn't have that much to lock up into. But say you have 4 curls, boom, it can lock up way easier, because there's more curls to lock up, or I like to call them hooks, where your hair hooks onto each other, because that's how your hair locks up. But yeah, that's really all for this video. Those are the best dreadlock products and tools. And really, if you have any of these products, then you're pretty much set. Because if y'all have any one of these, especially the crochet needle, then y'all are pretty much set for your whole dreadlock journey, and it will make a big difference in it as well. But anyways, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If y'all liked it, or if it helped y'all out, please make sure I like it. If you want to see more videos from me in the future, please make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications so I never miss out on another video from me in the future. And with that being said, I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next video.